All right, we're going to talk about the musical alphabet today. You really need to understand the notes, sharps and flats, naturals, that kind of stuff, the language of music in order to understand music theory. So while this may seem somewhat elementary or confusing for some people, just stick with it and you'll get it over time. As with many music theory concepts, you have to see it in action for it to start to make more sense. So here we go. We're just going to spell out the alphabet here, starting with A. And we're going to go to the next note is an A sharp. B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, and A. So I want to point out a couple of things here, and this is actually where the piano is a little bit better than the guitar in terms of seeing how the musical alphabet works. You notice that there's sharps between some of these letters, and there are not sharps in between others. Between the B and the C and the E and the F, there is no sharp or flat. And if we were looking at a piano, you would see there'd be a black note between this A and B, and then you'd have two white notes next to each other. Then you'd have this black note, C sharp, in between the C and the D. So all your sharps or flats, as the case may be, are actually the black notes on the piano. On the guitar, we don't have that, unfortunately. So you have to just memorize in your mind that there is no sharp or flat. We call these accidentals. There's no sharp, no flat between B and C or E and F. So that's the first thing you need to memorize. The next thing you need to understand is that these sharp notes can all be respelled as flat notes. So for instance, the A sharp could also be referred to as a B flat. The C sharp could be referred to as the D flat. D sharp is also called E flat. F sharp can also be called a G flat, and G sharp is also called an A flat. And if you're wondering why on earth are there sharps and flats, why don't we just always go with sharps or flats? Well, it's a great question, but I don't have time to answer it right now. The short answer is context is going to dictate whether you use a sharp or a flat. The key that you're in, the chord that you're in, the scale that you're in, those things are going to determine whether you use sharps and flats, and I'll explain that more as we do more videos on keys and scales and chords and things like that. So we will get there. Right now, you don't really need to understand that specific answer. What you do need to know is this musical alphabet. So you should be able to say the alphabet from A to A using sharps and then using flats. So you should be able to say A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A. And then A, B flat, B, C, D flat, D, E flat, E, F, G flat, G, A flat, A. So write these down, practice saying it, and get real familiar with your musical alphabet, because if you know those notes really well, it's going to help tremendously when it comes to understanding chords and scales and really everything related to music theory.